Morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great honor to be here to do a presentation to share our understanding of FTTX and ODN solution. As we know, today FTTH is a hot topic, especially in this hot place in Qatar. So, as Richard mentioned, the cost of FTTX is very high, especially in the infrastructure. So, my topic is to share our understanding how to decrease the ODN cost, because as we know, 70% of the CapEx and OpEx is in the FTTX is the ODN part. I mean the infrastructure part. So in the FTTX construction, there's a typical ODN challenge in different FTTX construction phases. For example, we divide this stage into 3 stages. First is in the beginning. In the very beginning is the planning stage. In this stage, we should consider about how to planning a very cost-effective network, and also should consider with much more experience to build up this ODN. And the second stage is that means the large-scale deployment stage. That is to consider how to deploy this ODN network very cost-effectively. For example, we should take some advanced technologies such like Broadband fiber. Even I think today in the global market, every operator sources ODN part or component from Asia country, just like China. And after we deploy the ODN network, the final stage is operation stage. In this stage, you should consider how to operate the ODN efficiently. Because we know the ODN part is a passive part. Actually, that is not a network. That is only a physical layer. 30 years ago, I think every operator has a very experience in the copper network, because they have the test line, they have test system to make sure every line is with a good situation. But today, in the FTTH very beginning stage, I think everybody don't have much experience how to operate the ODN. So in the very beginning, we should take consider this network should be manageable in the beginning. So here is a case shows in some country. I mean in some pioneer country, just like Japan and UAE. There's a pie shows that 20% fault in the FTTH network is outside plant fault. And in this 20% fault, 60%, 26% of the trouble is from mechanical splicing, and 48% is damage from the third party, just like natural disaster and living things, etc. And also we have 3 cases. First one is NTT East. We know Japan is a pioneer in the FTTH construction. And 20% trouble is occurred in the OSP. I mean in the ODN part, just like fiber, closure, FTT, and etc. And the second case is in the Middle East area. That is Etisalat. We know they have already has a 1 million FTTH subscriber, and 20% failure caused by the connection mismatch. I mean just like the connection relationship of the fiber, and in the ODF, even in the FAT, FTT. And the third is a China carrier. I mean China Telecom. You know, they have a data. For each connection identification in the deployed FTTH, they will spend 25 minutes on average. And also it will take several hours to solve a problem. I mean this connection problem, just like the fiber fault, even the link fault. And so today, the maintenance and deployed mechanism is all by the manual. For example, for the record, the top picture shows the label for the cable. All the label is by the manual. Even was to input the data by manual verify. Even the paperwork, for example, And finally, when you finish the deployment, you should also input all the data to your CIS system, even the OSS system. So also in this Middle East, it's very hot. For the work, if they have the sweat, it will blur the paperwork. So they have a very high fault ratio. So before FTTH large-scale deployment, we should find a way to make this ODN easy deployment and management. So we should take an intelligent way. For example, when we deploy ODN, we should use a very intelligent planning tools. We should find a way to automatically record or verification the connect relationship. And even finally, we should automatically upgrade the inventory system. So all the work or the labor work should be done via the computer or automatically system. When we solve a problem, we don't want to put us in another trouble way. So because ODN is a passive infrastructure, when we deploy an iODN or intelligent ODN, we also should remain it as a passive. For example, this network not need power or not need battery. And even we know the ODN is with a very high OPEX. When we deploy a new technology or new network, we should keep the price or the cost very low. So, for example, for the new technology of the connector and the splitter or ODF, we don't want to keep very higher cost. So today, there are three technologies for the intelligent ODN. First one is the barcode, and the second one is RFD. The third one is the EID. For the previous two, that all also need extensional tools, just like a scanner, and it is an isolated node. For example, when we get the data or the connection data, we should input the system via extra work. And the third one, EID. This solution can be done via network. And also today, the industrial status is already has a proposal in the ITUT SG15 group. This picture shows the mechanism how to make this network via EID. So EID is a preferred technology in the future fiber management. That means we put an ID in a normal fiber, and this EID tagged connector put this fiber, and it will show the connection relationship via OSS system. And this connection relationship of each port can be obtained by analysis of the EID. So the data of the EID definition, they are about 200 bits. So that enough, it's larger than the IPv6 in the global. And this is how to manage this EID via network. That means, this MSU is just like a computer or control unit to read each EID on each fiber to identify the real connection. And here shows the function and the mechanism, what is our iODN network. We can see on the bottom is a picture shows the ODN infrastructure. We have OLT, we have ODF, FDD, FAT, even ATB. We put the EID on each node. That means we put EID in the iODF, IFDT, FAT. So we put this EID, all these components can be managed by ODN management system via iField software, because we use this. So this point. Doesn't work. You can jump in. That's like Richard. Huh? So the iODN's concept is we collect all the connection relationship on this ODN network and management via OSS system, not by manually. On the first stage, when we deploy the ODN, we can use the iODN or EI tag to know the relationship. And also, we can go even further with the EID-based iODN. Today, we use this EID just in the beginning and the deployment. Also, HUAWEI has the demonstration in the exhibition hall. And in the future, we also have the concept to use this iODN solution to make sure to entry the data automatically to collect all the connection shape, even verify and upload all the network collection, the connection shape. And secondly, also we can use this iODN network to ensure or optimize this ODN network. For example, according to China Telecom's data, for their copper resource, 30% of the copper is underground. It's just like is missing because of there is no clear label. So 30%. I think if the FTTH network, I mean the ODN network is managed by manually, also there is a 30% fiber is gone, is missing because of the manually management. Here shows the acceptance of the ODN mechanism.
2 minutes.
Okay. The traditional acceptance for ODN is we put a laser source in the cell side, and we have a tester in the remote side. Today, we do this acceptance line by line, one by one. But in the future, if we use the iODN, we can automatically accept or test this ODN automatically and pilot. And also, this iODN can collect all the link parameter or the information to this OS system to show which link is better, and parameters. And also, this iODN network can monitor each link. For example, if one user claim their link is down or their service is not available, you can use this iODN to detect or test the whole network. I mean, it's not only the service layer, but also the infrastructure layer, that's like ODN or the fiber link. So before I finish my presentation, I just summarize or take away some three information. First one is the inefficient fiber management of the ODN result is in high FTTH OPEX. And an EID-based fiber management approach is under discussion. Today, there is a proposal accepted in ITU-T standardization. And in addition to the fiber management, iODN can also be leveraged for the intelligent line acceptance certification system and the optical line supervision system. And before I come here, in China.com, they already deployed the iODN solution for the FTTH deployment in some province in China. So, thank you so much.